When we speak of lost knowledge, one name dominates: Alexandria. But there was another library, perhaps even more vital to the history of the West, a library that vanished right in the heart of the Roman Empire, the Bibliotheca Ulpia. Built in the heart of Rome by Emperor Trajan, the Bibliotheca Ulpia was a stunning architectural and intellectual achievement. It was revolutionary, not just a building for scrolls, but an entire complex dedicated to scholarly work. Its two halves, one for Latin works, one for Greek, stood on either side of Trajan's column. It was a repository of the empire's official history, science, philosophy, and poetry. Its treasures were legendary. Scholars believe it contained the full 142 books of Livy's history, of which only 35 survive. Imagine the lost political and military secrets contained within those missing pages. The Ulpia was also an official archive. It was required to keep copies of imperial decrees and, crucially, even the early accounts and texts of the growing, often persecuted Christian faith. For centuries, it was the intellectual anchor of Rome, but as the 5th century dawned, the city itself was under existential threat. The Visigoths were at the gates. The official historical accounts are frustratingly vague about the library's end. Did the Visigoths burn it in the sack of Rome in 410 AD, reducing a millennium of knowledge to ashes? There is another theory. Roman officials, knowing the danger, may have launched a massive covert operation to save the priceless collection. The texts might have been dispersed to safer, less accessible locations, underground vaults, villas in the provinces, or perhaps intentionally hidden within early Christian monasteries for preservation. The tantalizing possibility is that these texts weren't destroyed, but merely moved. Entire lost histories, scientific discoveries, and philosophical treatises could still be resting, waiting, beneath the rubble of a forgotten cellar. Every excavation in Rome is a search for this intellectual ghost. The loss of the Bibliotheca Ulpia leaves a massive gaping hole in our understanding of the ancient world. Finding just one section of its catalogue would rewrite history, and somewhere perhaps it is still waiting to be found.